Hey, what's up everyone? I'm here in Milan after an amazing race in Monza yesterday, and I've got a ton of questions from you guys, so I'm here to answer them. How does it feel to have the best job in the world? Feels pretty amazing. What can I say? I'm very, very fortunate. My family worked so hard to give me the opportunity to be here, and I love it. You know, the car is fantastic, working with this team, going to see in different places. Like I'm in Milan today, the weather's beautiful. Tonight I'll be in Monaco, then tomorrow I'll be in UK, and then and I'm just traveling. Next week I'll be in Singapore, then I'll be in Japan. So I get to see the world. I get to meet new people from different cultures, different languages, different foods. Get to drive the best car in the world, and yeah, I'm very, very, very fortunate. So, next one. Who would you want to play you in a movie about your life? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. You'd have to find someone that firstly looks like me, but generally my body doubles, I don't know if they look like me. Who would I? You have to give me some help. You have to tweet me and let me know who you think could do me the way I do me. But because, for example, Will Smith is one of my favorite actors, but that dude's way bigger than me. He's taller. I don't know if that would really work. He wouldn't look right. He wouldn't fit in the car either. So you have to, yeah, I'd have to think about that one. Which is the coolest button on the steering wheel? The coolest button on the steering wheel is probably the boost button. It was not a boost, but it's like, depending on what strategy you're in, if you press this button, it overrides that strategy switch and puts it into the fastest switch. So when you press it, coming onto the straight to overtake someone, puts you into the fastest mode, and so you get that boost of power, which is definitely the most fun one. What's next? What is the coolest helmet design you've had? For me, so where I am with my helmet, I grew up having a yellow helmet. My first helmet was red, and then my dad was worried because he couldn't see me in the pack, so he chose yellow, wanted a bright color, and I chose all the other colors, and that became my signature helmet color and design. And people were like, "Oh, you designed it based off Senna's," which was not the case. Although it's cool that it kind of relates, it's not the case. Ultimately, my first design of all that my dad designed is my favorite one. So, next question, how do you remain cool and composed at the start of the race? Remaining cool is about knowing your craft, knowing what you're set out to do, knowing what you can do. So, for example, I get there in the morning, I've had good rest, I listen to some music which helps me mellow out. I've studied all my notes, so I don't have to study just before I get in the car. I study them, I digest it, and then I go and chill back in my room. And then when I'm in the car, I feel the most comfortable when I'm in the car. It won't be in front of the camera, it won't be in front of people, it won't be meeting people or talking. It's when I'm behind that steering wheel, I know more than at any other stage in my life what I'm capable of and that I'm meant to be there. So it's very easy for me to stay chilled, and as long as I've done my procedures right, and even I can get them wrong or miss one or two, as long as I'm ready, the clutch is all ready, all those things are ready, I'm ready to go. My mind's set on winning, and nothing can overpower that. So next one. What's the coolest thing about Roscoe and Koko? I think the coolest thing with Roscoe and Koko is the chemistry they have between each other. Like, Coco's always beating Roscoe up. Roscoe might be just chilling, he's like, I just want to sleep. And then Koko will be chewing on his ear. She always wants to party. What else can I say about Roscoe? Roscoe snores like crazy. And he had an operation to open up his windpipe so he can breathe more, and he snores now louder than ever, so I'm really upset with the doctor, or the vet, because he made him worse. It's like having two human beings with you all the time. So that's probably the two coolest things about this two. How do you and the engine avoid overheating at hot, humid races like Singapore and Malaysia? It's a good question. We work very closely with Petronas to make sure that the reliability is everything. So they have to try and keep all the power that we have whilst creating another formula which works in those conditions. So naturally you have that, and also the liquid that's in the radiators for the gearbox and the engine. Those things have to be set optimum. And when they open up the body, the cooling, the body panels on the car, which they do to create more cooling, the car generally gets slower. It loses generally efficiency and downforce. So places like Malaysia, we get a little bit slower in performance because we've got to open it up. Places like that, and Hungary, for example. But our goal is to not have to open it up, and so that's where we put a lot of pressure on Petronas, and they do an amazing job. Me, you said, yeah, me, I'm sweating the whole way, so I just have to drink. I do a lot of running in the city, in the hot, humid conditions, get there as early as possible to acclimatize. I appreciate all the support I have from all the fans, and I hope that I'm making you proud out there. Team Electric all the way.